Aisha was the third wife of Prophet Muhammad and the daughter of Abu Bakr, Muhammad's successor, and the first of the four rightfully guided caliphs. Being born a Muslim herself, she cannot remember a time except that her parents were practicing Islam, and she was immersed in the Islamic traditions from her upbringing. Her thirst for knowledge and great memory allowed her to become a great scholar and leader. Aisha's primary contributions to the development and expression of Islam are illustrated through her hadith statements, revelations, religious and political leadership of the Sunni Muslims, and the role model she was and still is for all Muslims. Her family lineage made Aisha an extremely important figure to not only Muhammad, but to the Islamic community, and acts as an essential catalyst to establishing her role as the ultimate wife and leader. Aisha was responsible for transmitting over 2,000 hadiths, one of her greatest contributions to Islam. She continued to contribute to the spread of Muhammad's message and served the Muslim community for 44 years after his death. In transmitting each hadith, Aisha became a source of knowledge and wisdom for both men and women to honour and grow the faith community. Aisha essentially became one of the first scholars of Islam who brings the greatest benefits to many others, as seen through this quote. Aisha helped preserve the details of the early years of Islam, as well as the details of the public and private life of Muhammad. Aisha provided an intimate knowledge of the Prophet and how he used to like to do things a certain way, enabling adherents to connect with Muhammad and emulate his actions in their daily lives. Aisha's hadiths are considered to be second in importance to the Quran, as they provide a moral guidance and framework for all Muslims. After Muhammad's death, Aisha remained devoted to sustaining and preserving the religion that had been established by her husband. There was much speculation over who should become the next rightful caliph, and this led to the first violent division amongst Muslims, the Battle of the Camel. The battle occurred when the third caliph, Uthman, was killed. Although Ali was Aisha's stepson and the fourth caliph, Aisha formed a military expedition against him when Ali was delayed in finding and punishing the perpetrators for Uthman's death. Aisha's army had killed 500 men to avenge the blood of Uthman. Now 5,000 more men stood ready to avenge the blood of those 500. Ali tried to negotiate, asking, "Is it wise to shed the blood of 5,000 men for punishing 500 men?" A bloody battle ensued, but it wasn't until the slaying of Aisha's camel that the fighting stopped. The battle marked the division of Muslims into the Shiites and Sunnis, with the two sides having opposing views on who the rightful caliph should be. Aisha acted not only as a religious, but also as a political, and at least on one occasion, a military leader. Her involvement as a political leader enabled her to significantly contribute to Islam and further strengthen the faith after the Prophet's death. The divisions held within Islam still continues today and fuel some conflict in the Middle East, with about 85% of the approximately 1.6 billion Muslims around the world are Sunni, where 15% are Shia. Aisha is a significant role model for all Muslims, but especially Muslim women. Her life is proof that women can be far more educated than men, and that women can exert influence over men and provide them with inspiration and leadership. Aisha challenged the social stereotypes of the times by saying, "You equate us with dogs and donkeys." Her life is a testament that women can be totally feminine and learned. She was indeed a source of inspiration, pleasure, and comfort to her husband, even when he was ill and dying. Aisha had a direct impact on liberating the women of her time, and in doing this, she was able to elevate the status of women for centuries to come. Aisha was like a bridge between the time of the Prophet and the future of Islam. She contributed to the growth, development, and understanding of Islam, and was a role model to a significant amount.